Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion. Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion. Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion. Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion.
Hello once again and welcome to Poetry in Motion Sunday. I'm Craig Lewis and you're watching episode 59. And I start with my first poem. This one is called Trust the Process. At times with these poems I face debate with appellation. Some mothers declare the same as they forage to find a name for their newborn. Then in the true form of a new dawn and the rise of sunset, I align the subject triumphantly. Words become a palette to the canvas of my summary. Like the straps on dungarees designed to keep the fit together, the appellation I secure for the viewing pleasure of you the reader, whilst navigating destinations you prefer. One's mind is as sharp as the spur, as appealing as it were viewing the TV in the 90s, the childhood years perched behind me with much distance. Hope I've matured enough to show you difference. Would rather live the dream than embrace a 9-to-5 making pittance, while on the side advertising kittens via Gumtree for some extra change. To succeed one feels the urge like Rocky Cotton's to bet again. The palette contains the brightest words to secure the brightest future, whilst my future self sits patiently to introduce you. I'm moving on to my second poem. This one's called Take the Wheel. To be congenial was not the aim, as I formed this cloud of rain, my train of thought in drizzle form. The havoc of a killer storm may just be too dramatic for these notions that I cough up like an asthmatic. As the pianist is taught to play, my dogma is retained for reading classics from the days I was a twinkle in the eye, before a young Michael Jackson mustered the courage to fly. So before we are distinct and taken out by the AI, a few things I must decry. Our best foot we must put forward as we go out on a high. Guard our minds with our lives like it was the book of Eli. In each trier there lies a Denzel. The moment that you believe arrives potential, like shining knights in armor, riding horses in the night, providing the sorest sight for the eyes of each competitor. Take the rights if this movie is your life and be the editor. The ending you control, the start may be outside your reach depending on the goal. I pray you find things you seek so you can play your role and take the driver's seat and heal. But one will never know until they take the wheel. Moving on to my third and final poem of the day. This one is called Beat Away. Perhaps one should take up these drumsticks and beat away, to add some motion to the rhythm of these rhymes that I display, as words jump on this canvas like kids come out to play, shaping up these stanzas like a barber does a trim. The rhythm is a dancer, but some would rather swim, like one would rather a house with a nice big garden in than a council flat without, where some mice are harboring like cats in season, calling at your gate. Your indoor female cat is even, she wants out so they can mate. As eager as a dog to taste the food that's on your plate, sat gulping with puppy eyes and hopes his plea you don't negate. Some find it pleasant as a Sunday drive, strolling through the countryside, taking in the scenery. Some vacate from their city lives to be amongst this greenery for a day or two. Some live for live action, some others deal with pay-per-view. For some there is a thin line between the things they say and do. And there you have it, your poetry fix for this week. Until next week, short and sweet. Take care.
Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion. Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion. Poetry in motion, Sunday.